Broadcasting live from the United States of America. You're listening to the Living Sexy Radio Network, playing the sexiest music on the planet.
You're listening to Connections Relationship Radio.
Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it.
On ConnectionsShow.com.
Watch your step, you might fall trying to do what I did. Mama, I'ma come close in the middle of the club with the rubber dub.
Get up! This is Connections.
Soft opening.
Connections.
Soft opening.
Connections.
Soft opening. Soft opening. This is all.
Soft opening.
This is all.
Soft opening.
This is all.
Soft opening.
Sit back and enjoy the ride, boys.
Very excited, and also Towered. You know, it'd be like three of us, Lizzie, just to make one of this guy here. I am serious. Welcome. This is our pre-show, as always. You know how we do. Got to do the mic checks, get the the F's and S bombs and all that. Get comfortable in my chair. I think my underwear was riding up. Hey, Matt, I'm just trying to make you comfortable. We got Matt Morgan with us today. Hold the phone. Look at this.
Hold the phone.
Look at this. Oh, my God. You can't even get him in the frame. He's so freaking big. Look. Oh, get in there, dude. Oh, my God. And you've lost a lot of bulk, haven't you, since you've become mayor?
Oh,
just be honest. I know you go to LA Fitness. We all know.
I mean, I'm still 300 pounds, so I don't know.
Yeah, but you're like 110 feet tall.
7 feet tall.
Okay,
yeah.
Yes, it was so comical watching him walk in through the studio doors, and he just automatically, he walks like a caveman, and he's tilted over, and I'm like, dude, how many times did you hit your head on doors before you started doing that? And he just kind of looked at me like, my whole life.
Yep.
So you know that this is our pre-show, which we call our soft opening, or some people like it sounds like Sako Japan. We're not really sure, but soft open. I know. Don't ask.
They think soft opening. That Linda Nunez is saying Sako Japan.
Sako Japan. So we've got God. There's Lizzie right there. All right, we got so much going on. How we doing on the questions?
Yeah, nothing yet. Okay, just hey, hello.
Hey, y'alls. Okay. All right, share if you care real quick. Let me make sure it's on my page, too. This is what we talk about at the beginning part. So Matt's going to be with us tonight, and at some point or other, he's going to perform a triangle. No, not that. You're naked choke on us or something?
Chokehold.
You were right almost with the first one.
You got a triangle?
A triangle choke is one.
Okay, triangle choke, rear naked
choke is another.
That's a good one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Guillotine. Guillotine. No.
Yes.
Okay. See, I know my.
What? Get out of here.
She's kind of 3 for 3.
Sure about that, right? Let's see. And then I don't know anymore. Go to sleep.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what my dad said.
It's a finisher.
That is. I'm done. You're out. Tap out, baby. All right. We'll be right back. Give us 2 minutes. Catch up with the affiliates. Like I said, we've got former wrestler from TNA and WWE, Matt Morgan, who's doing something political here in my county. So we'll find out what it is in just a second. Are you all right with that? It's a great plug, wasn't it? Stay right there.
Have you written a book? You can become a...
What you need to do is
during
the break, push your mic away from you. Just push it away from you because it's 3 times louder on Facebook.
I don't know why, but it really is. I'm going to move this camera down for me. I didn't realize we could... Look, I've actually got you in the whole shot now, so there we go. It's good stuff. Lizzie is going to come by in a picture. We're going to look backwards. There we go. Lizzie, what have you been up to, baby?
Me? What have I been up to?
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, job number 1, we're not allowed to do any programs, not allowed to do anything for the public.
Wait a minute. Isn't this the library job?
Yeah, we're not allowed to do anything.
Oh, that's
Yes.
like really.
I know, it's so
not
sad. It's
cool.
driving me insane because it's middle of summer.
Mm.
But at least I still figured a way to get the kids to read and win prizes and not have to be at my programs.
Mm-hmm.
And then, let's see, job number 2 is here. Job number 3 is Eagle out of Boston. And the job number 4 is a theme park in Orlando, which I'm
Did you
on
get laid off?
hiatus from.
So they extended the furloughed for another 3 months at iHeart. I'm
Really?
thankfully not furloughed, but yep.
Wow.
Another 3 months. But don't worry, we may be able to hire some of them back. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy.
Crazy.
So are you working with a limited crew as well, sir? Or are you able to go out to do any? I mean, it's really weird how are you gonna what's that word? Schmooze people for votes. Campaign. That's the word I was looking for.
Pull up in neighborhoods like you just did.
No, they were just like, oh my God, who is this
Yeah.
gigantic guy going into the lesbian's house? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's cool now. Anyway, so yeah, no, really.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard because how are you gonna like shake hands and kiss babies?
I know.
Don't. You actually authentically knock on people's door and tell them why they should be voting for you.
Even doing this?
Even now?
You stand
What?
far back, but yeah.
Stand far back.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, put your headphones on and then pull the mic in front of you.
Live from the Connections Studio Suites, it's Connections. Connections is relationship radio.
He's trying so hard to set it up. Hey, welcome, guys, to the show. It's Connections, as the lady just told us. That's Randy Thomas, by the way. She also does all kinds of big events, Kennedy Center, things like that. Thanks, lady. Appreciate the open. I am Melissa Fox. Lizzie Steele is with us, also known as hashtag Lizzie Said What. And our special guest tonight, Longwood Mayor and candidate for Seminole County Commissioner District 1, Matt Morgan.
What's up? How are you guys?
Hi, babe. Oh, God, he's so hot. He is good. Yeah.
Thank you all for having me on.
Thanks for coming in here. There's so much we want to discuss with you, but first, Lizzie, how do you know such cool people?
Well, I just be slinging it around like that. No, I'm
She does
kidding. I got
swing it,
jokes.
huh?
That was high school.
That was high school, right?
So, no, I just somehow God just blessed me to meet people who are really cool and actually have good hearts. And then they have friends who are good people. And then I end up meeting them. And then that's how I met Matt. So.
I see.
Yep, through Billy Gunn and P Gunn and Austin Gunn
Oh,
and
man.
through the whole family.
Real quick sidebar, Matt. The AEW, is that what they're calling
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
Okay, that runs, is it Wednesday nights, I think?
Yep.
think so,
know
yes,
Paul-
yep.
Last night.
What do you think about that?
Love it.
Yeah?
Love it. It's action. It's much more action-packed wrestling. It's much more athletic than what you see on WWE, if I'm being honest. A bunch of my friends started up that, or I guess they call themselves executive vice presidents, but they're also wrestlers at the same time. The Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks. You sound like my grandmother.
That's their wrestling name. They're a tag team called the Young Bucks. They're brothers.
I misunderstood.
So you remember the Hardys, maybe? Jeff
Yes.
and Matt Hardy?
Yes,
I'm
I
guessing?
remember them.
They're kind of like them, but much, much younger. And they started their own company, and they got with that zillionaire, Tony Khan. His father owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they were looking to start a new wrestling company to compete with WWE. And I will say that they are handing them their booties right now, in my opinion. And I'm excited because a very good friend of mine, Billy Gunn,
Right.
and his son Austin.
Badass Billy Gunn.
Yes, Hall of Famer Billy Gunn. And Austin, who, believe it or not, I think has even more potential to surpass his dad. I really do. I really mean that. And he's wrestling there. He's got a great opportunity, Austin does, to grow up in front of the camera, so to speak, meaning he's still cutting his teeth in this business, in pro wrestling, and getting his experience. But he's so charismatic. Like we were just talking off the record here for a second ago. He's hilarious. He's entertaining. Everybody likes him. He's a magnet, and he draws people, and that's good. And that's what you need to have as a professional wrestler.
Right. So
Make people care about you and emotionally invest in you.
AEW, which they're doing without an audience, that's got to be tough.
Oh
too.
my God, it's torture is what it is.
Yeah.
when we practice and you learn how to become a pro wrestler and you go to like to the warehouse or wherever the ring is set up and this is where you get trained, that's the hardest thing, is to wrestle in front of your fellow wrestlers that are watching versus fans that are watching. Fans cheer, they boo. In a warehouse full of nobody,
Yeah,
no.
it's gotta be
Oh my
tough.
God, it's so uncomfortable.
You know, it's like I couldn't even disc jockey. You know, they wanted me to try out for a DJ and for a club, and there was nobody there. And it's bright day, you know, and I'm like, I get forget it. I don't need this job. So, and that's actually what happened. So, yes, very cool. Good start here so far. AEW, watch it Wednesday nights. TNT, is that right? Or TBS?
Yes.
One of them?
Yep, TNT.
Okay. See, I know my stuff. Paula would kick my butt if I didn't have that right.
That's right.
So, let's get to the and I don't want to say the elephant in the room and have them think I'm talking about him.
Yeah, really.
But it's not. You're just a big guy. I mean, no, really, the elephant in the room today and across the street and my neighbors and here in Seminole County is the mask issue. So that's the one thing we're going to talk about. You know, he's going to have that jacket off about halfway through the show.
Yeah, I was already
You can
thinking
take it
about
off.
that.
You
It's
can
hot
take
in
it
here.
off, man. It's
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, with
cool.
all this equipment in here,
Yeah.
it's
And
it
us
gets pretty ugly.
breathing.
Oh yeah, we're breathing. You know what? My new favorite hate word, because you know I don't like the word moist, is now droplets.
Droplets?
Ugh.
That bothers you?
Yeah, for something.
What does that even mean?
I know that's the thing, because everyone's been saying, "Oh, they droplets."
Is it like when you raise your armpit and you lean sideways and then it?
Oh no, that's a pit smear.
Ooh,
It's
hey.
very different. Did you see how we stalled for time for you? Was that good?
That was pretty good.
It was. Yeah, we can fill
Both
that
are
one.
gross words, though, to
You're-
a degree, right?
Right, moist,
Moist
is
and
good,
droplets.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but now
yeah.
everyone's saying droplets, and I'm like, ugh, I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I agree.
So my buddy Jay Zembauer got into people were yelling at him yesterday. There was this march, and like, we don't want masks. And they were all smoky people. Yeah, really the pillars of Seminole County. But anyway, they came out and they protested, which is, you know, they're right.
Yeah.
And they marched by saying "my body, my choice," which was kind of confusing. Because I thought that was an abortion or pro-life.
So what side of the aisle do you think they're on then with that?
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that they're choosing that they have an option to have a mask, right? Wouldn't that be great?
That was their argument.
Oh, okay, because
So look at it this way. This is what I've said, and I've said this from day one. You have we have adults that live in this county. Okay, we do, and we've been told 101 different ways how to avoid this virus by now. We definitely have. When it first hit, oh my Lord, nobody knew which way was up and which way was down. This definitely caught everybody off guard. But as far as the big great mask debate, I'll give you my own personal perspective.
Please.
I believe my own personal opinion the entire time has been it's my prerogative to wear it when I go into certain areas in which I feel I'm gonna, maybe potentially break some type of social distancing, especially like senior citizens or something like that, right?
Right.
Places in which I could be carrying this virus unbeknownst to me, even though I get tested all the time, but still. But I also firmly believe it's also someone's prerogative not to. I believe there's two ways you can do this. You absolutely can protect people's health by the oodles of data we have on this subject now. And we know what to do. You want to wear a mask, 6 feet space, social distancing. We have all that information now, right?
Sure.
So you can still protect people while at the same time still protecting their civil liberties and constitutional rights. And I know most people are like, well, wait a minute, who cares about their constitutional rights? This is a crisis we're in. Yes, it is. I agree.
Well, and
that's why it's my own personal prerogative that I will wear it when you know what I mean, when the numbers have spiked and whatnot, and when I'm within a certain quarters of somebody,
Well, my thing that I hate is that people are shaming people and saying
Both
you
ways.
don't care, or I'm
or
just
you're weak
yes.
because you're wearing a mask.
True.
Right.
That's true.
Lizzie, what gets me, and maybe you've noticed it too, since you obviously live in this area, since you're Longwood mayor, I see about 50-50 with the masks, and just as many old people that are not wearing, and I'm talking about the more vulnerable age group, those people who probably have pre-existing conditions and probably will get exposed and may, whatever happens. But half of them aren't wearing masks.
Well, no, see, the senior homes, they definitely are.
No,
Senior
I mean out and
communities are.
about.
But out and about, I would argue more than 50% are not wearing them.
Yeah, okay.
I would argue much more. I would say maybe only 30 to 40% that I've seen. Now maybe there's just places that I've seen, and maybe that's why. But I went to Home Depot in Lake Mary today, and I did not.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. When you're in a crowd of people, that's probably a good time for you to wear your mask if you're going to be in close proximity, just for fairness and for shame purposes. Because I get shamed. I can't wear a mask. I can't breathe.
Nor can my autistic son. And that's another thing. So my wife's at the grocery store with him, and he's having one of his meltdowns, and everyone's staring at him and then staring at her, giving her death eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you need to just tell them. First of all, it's none of their business. You know, and just tell him the truth. Tell him what's going on, why he can't wear that. And people will say, well, Matt, technically this latest executive order states somebody with a medical condition.
Oh, yeah.
But that nobody walks around with a T-shirt that says, hi, I have a medical condition. This is why I'm not wearing a mask.
And
so this is why we got to calm it down.
You can't ask.
With all the mask police and, non-mask police, because it's look, nobody deputizes the long arm of the law.
Unless you're in Clayton
We're
County.
supposed to be in this together.
Karen,
we're
no.
supposed to be this. We're supposed to be in this together. Like honestly,
Yeah.
we're divisive enough as it is.
Well, a friend of mine works for. Oh, well, we're going to go to break, and I'll
We'll
bring that
talk
up in a
about
minute.
your friend in a minute.
I have friends.
On Facebook, we are at Connection Show. We'll be doing some live Q&A for a few minutes. So if you are hanging out with us, do that. Otherwise, we'll be right back. You are listening to Connections. That's some good stuff. I wanted to talk about your son, but I actually wanted to add it in.
No, he's like, poor guy's like hanging down.
Oh, well, don't make him...
As long as you're sitting back like that while we're on Facebook Live,
Yeah, you should be okay. So hi guys, how we doing? We got a lot of people that are joining tonight. We have with us former WWE. Was it F when you were there or E?
E.
Okay, I know they changed it over for a while. It was the longest time that it was W, which made sense. But whatever, go Panda. No, it's the world, whatever. And TNA too, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I loved it there. It was fun.
That was some pretty hardcore stuff, man. So we would love to talk about your son. And I'm sorry, I don't. Did you say his name?
Jackson.
That's right, Jackson. I know a friend of mine. I think. Do you go to the gym down the way, right? In LA Fitness or something?
In the new one in Longwood.
Yeah. She said that she was there with her baby and your boy, and they both like made an escape at the same time.
Yes, they did.
They like escaped from the nursery. Like,
Yes.
we're busting out of here. Come on, you come with me, and they took off.
Yes. She's right. Yes.
That's kind of funny though. So he just didn't. He didn't want to have it, huh? He's like,
Yes. He's tough to corral sometimes.
Yeah, that's got to be really hard too. How old is he now?
6.
Wow. Yeah. And is he verbal or non-verbal too?
I mean, he's getting there, but he still struggles. He struggles greatly. I mean, he can't he can't say a sentence. He can't say generally 2 words.
Right.
He struggles with just 1 word, honestly. And I hate saying that because it makes it sound like I'm talking down on him.
No, not at all.
When I'm always trying to talk him up.
No, it's facts, and I'm sure that he has other ways that you communicate with him, and
he's starting to sign more, and he's starting. When he gets lazy about it, he'll just take me and push me into things that he wants.
Yeah.
Wow, that's now. Is that the only child that you guys have?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that took us like 12 years to have just him. It
Jeez,
really did.
your wife must be a trooper too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Most to put up with you, and now.
Yeah, I was going to say for you.
I wasn't even talking about Jackson.
It's a team. It really is a team, though. It really is.
So if you guys have any questions here, hi Rochelle, Karen, Ellen, Jeff, Mike. Good to have you all along. You got anything going on your side over there?
Nope,
That's
I'm
many.
watching.
They're just
seeing
listening.
nothing.
They're just enjoying having you here. It is.
So right now, this is the Facebook portion.
Yeah, this is just the
Yeah,
Facebook.
only people who are on Facebook, and later on, whenever we do air this, nobody will hear Facebook side because it'll be the commercials playing. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's kind of a bonus being liking our page because then you get the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a show within
That's
the
cool.
show, and that it is. It's a lot of fun for well, at least for us. I don't know the rest of the people are probably like, boy, that's really sucks. But you make a call. So we have as I said, if you're just joining us, we've got Matt Morgan with us. Not that attorney. That's the law. What is with his mouth? We got you two confused before, though, which I don't understand how that happened. I mean, you're like this, what's the word I'm looking for? Huge, big monolith of a man, and Matt Morgan, the lawyer, not so much. I mean, he's just kind of tall.
I've literally never seen
Oh,
him.
I have. I met him one day. I thought it was going to be meeting you, and I was like, yeah, all stoked, And then it was this lawyer. Oh, I remember Morgan. Was like, oh, okay. So you never met the lawyer, Matt?
Yes, I
Morgan?
have.
Yeah.
Funny story. Do you have time? Do you have a minute?
No, I guess we'll
Glad
save
I
that
asked
funny
that.
story for the next
Hang
break.
on for the next break.
We'll save that for the Facebook crap.
Yes.
Okay, like that.
What's wrong with these stupid people? It's like they're idiots or something. Big fat friggin' dumbass idiots.
Connections, broadcasting live every night at 10 Eastern.
That's right. On ConnectionShow.com, you can check out the show, 10 o'clock. And we are always on the podcast app of your choice. And, of course, iHeartRadio is the podcast app of my choice. How are you? Melissa Fox, Lizzie, what? I almost called you a Leslie. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll ride whatever.
You slide in you, Lake
people,
County.
People call me white trash, and I answer to it.
That's
so.
true. Well, yeah, for a longest time.
Literally.
When she was my intern way back in the back, and her, we used to call her breeder,
Yeah.
3 babies from 5 different daddies.
It was 5 kids by 10 different baby daddies, and I still collecting the check
collecting
even
the
to
checks.
Day, even though my 2 kids are actually adults.
Look at that, Matt.
You know when people are good friends, folks, when you hear those jokes like that fly. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
No, I rode. You don't understand. Like I rode that train hard. Let me tell you.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
And people actually would come up to me and be like, "Do you really have 5 baby daddies?
How you getting all them checks? What's the end? You
Yeah.
on WIC too, Mama?
That's right, cashing them checks every day, boy."
All right, so we're talking with former wrestler Matt Morgan, who is now currently the mayor of Longwood, and he is running for Seminole County Commission for a seat for District 1.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you do that? If you win the seat, then the mayor thinks like, "See you." No.
That sounds terrible. So I'm serving. First and foremost, I'm serving my full term as mayor commissioner in Longwood. I was elected in 2017. It was a 3-year term, which will be up this November, which is the same time as my general election will be for Seminole County Commissioner. And so I'll be serving out my full term here. But what I have coming up right now is an August 18th Republican primary. So all the Republicans out there that are listening or watching right now, I need your help. I need your vote. This August 18th, I'm taking on a 16-year incumbent seeking 20 years because these are 4-year terms for county commission.
Oh, boy.
And while I get along with the guy, got no heat with the guy whatsoever. Really, I just no disrespect. It's time's up.
Yeah,
Time's
been
up.
enough.
This is not supposed to be a career.
Right.
It's just not. It's supposed to be a passion. It's supposed to be something you eat, sleep, and drink. You wake up in the morning. You cannot wait to go out there and change the world. I know that sounds like
It does kind of sound cliche. Yeah.
big-eyed and whatnot. But
I'm going to save the world.
But if you look around Longwood, I'm not saying I've done it by myself, but this is a completely different city.
Places
Publix, 2 Starbucks, LA Fitness, Taco Bell, a $4.5 million Ryder Park where we're putting concerts on with a splash pad. You tell me Longwood looked like that 3 years ago.
Got a new
4 years
drive-through
ago.
Subway coming up. Yeah, we got.
Do you know what?
Another business.
Because it's passion. It's not somebody with a political background. I'm a former WWE wrestler. You know what I mean? So how'd I get it done? And help my other commissioners get it done is quite simple. It's the same way I'm going to do it on the county level. Nobody's hands are in my pocket. Nobody could tell me what to do or how to vote on certain policy and things like that except for one people, and that is our residents. You're supposed to be a conduit to your residents. It's really black and white that way when you think about it. And it's when people are in office for too long, they start talking out of both sides of their mouth, and they overpromise and underdeliver, and that's the problem right now. Is because my opponent is starting to pander to the left a little bit, which is fine. Hey, great, but the problem with that is you stop listening to the silent majority. All right, you've got to, and you can't do that. The silent majority, you've got to be in front of them all the time. You got to be around them. There's so many different means of doing that. When I got elected in Longwood, what I did, I realized nobody knew what a commissioner was, the majority, the silent majority. So how can I serve this to them on a silver platter where they now are going to be part of the process? Simple. We took our commission meetings, and we were the first in the Southeast to go to Facebook Live.
Yes, I
Those
love
are-
that.
And now we have instead of having just 16 people show up to our commission meetings, we have 100, 200, 300, 400 at the highest I've seen 1,200 people watching our commission meetings. So guess what? Now they know what's happening in their backyard, and they can engage with me on what they like, what they don't like, and that's what you bring up there in the next meeting and how you vote. This is how I vote on policy, is by what our silent majority wants done. It's their backyard, it's their tax dollars.
Yeah.
And that's the thing you always got to remember. And my fear is, and I believe in 2 4-year terms for the record. If it's good enough for the president, it's good enough for me. And I believe that across the board for any position, any political position.
Term limits are necessary. I agree.
You need to have somebody coming up down the pike that has the same passion that you had when you started, if not more, because that's what this job takes. It's a thankless job. The thanks you get is when somebody drives past Publix down the street and go, holy bleep, oh my God, this is Longwood? Longwood has Publix?
Well, our Facebook listener, Devin, just said, make people be part of the conversation. And then Sanders says, we need new ideas. Time's up for sure.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. And that's the whole thing. I have no political, except obviously serving a term here in Longwood.
No, I understand.
But before that, people are like, what in the world would you want to do? They'd be correct in assuming that. I hated politics. I hated politicians. I will argue I still do. But that's why I'm effective. Because I'm a bull in a china shop. There's no red tape around me.
Yeah, we saw you come in the house. My God.
Red tape cuts itself.
Yes,
when it sees me coming.
right. It's true. Yeah, when I saw you, Kevin, I hid. My dogs hid. It was like, oh my God, we brought this huge guy into the house. Wow. No, seriously. On a serious note, Matt, we love having you here. And another reason, and I voted for you. Okay, I live here. I'm a resident of Seminole County.
Thank you.
I was like, you know what? This guy, he looks like he really has got some cojones and wants to do something for real, not just hold a position.
It started when my son Jackson was born, January 7th, 2014. I was supposed to go back to WWE for the Royal Rumble as a surprise entrant in 2014, same month of July, by the way, late July. My son was born. I'm holding him in the delivery room after an emergency C-section. It was a struggle, but thank God he obviously made it through it. So did my wife. And I'm holding him. And the switch goes off in my head. Check, please. I'm done. No more wrestling. I did it for 13 years. Very blessed to have done it. I'm done. I called WWE, give them a heads up that I'm not coming back. I appreciated the opportunity because I was going to go back to them and re-debut. It would have been pretty cool, but nothing. I couldn't look at this little baby and go, okay, I'm going to see you on a Saturday, half of a Sunday, rinse and repeat. No.
Gosh.
That
So
sounds familiar.
it's time to be a dad.
Right.
And that's when you start to see the world completely different.
Yeah.
So now I'm starting to pay attention to politics and who the leaders are in the city. Oh, we have 5 commissioners. Right. They're the ones who decide policy, what happens in the city. I want to put in for that. I'm going to try that because all my neighbors were coming to me. They were leaving Post-it notes on my door, index cards in my mailbox going, Matt, you'd be perfect for this. Again, what I said earlier, I got that from my neighbors, the bull in a china shop that doesn't give up.
Straightforward.
And that's why the orange guy's in the White House, too, because we needed something different, not just the atypical, the typical politics. We need an atypical one instead of just some guy that's just
feeding lines.
Doing it,
And being the drawstring wind-up, or the wind-up doll, just going, hi, I'm going.
All right. I'm a politician.
Yes.
Yeah, and instead, that's another one of the reasons why I said, Matt's running. All right, let's do this, And this household voted for you because we wanted something different. Exactly. We're tired of the same old.
So here, and this is the truth. And here's like you said, something different, i.e. me, was the first mayor since 2014 to balance our general fund in the black.
Yeah, hello. I know.
So like, I'm not saying to brag. I'm saying it because it goes to show the people out there that are thinking like, oh, I don't have the political background or experience to run. You don't need it. If you're a leader, I'm telling you, people will recognize real. You cannot BS real. You just can't. No. People smell it from a mile away, and they also smell phoniness from a mile away. If you can always be real, people will always have your back. They'll believe in you, and you'll start to pick everything up that you need to pick up and learn quickly because you'll be passionate about it. And I love this. I am super passionate.
Did you feel the passion in this room?
I can.
Seriously,
oh my God.
this is the environment my son's going to be growing up in. It's this environment that everybody's families are going to be growing up in. That's a big responsibility.
Yeah, it is. And you took it on them big, broad shoulders. He's just awesome.
He obviously is carrying an entire city.
A whole city on them broad shoulders. Yeah.
Okay, I got a question for you because, well,
Make it quick.
I'm a few fries short of a Happy Meal sometimes. What is a deputy mayor versus a mayor?
It's
Yeah.
just it's like if I'm sick or I can't be at a meeting, which I've never had. I've always been there. The deputy mayor would step in.
First runner-up for Miss
Okay.
America
So are you
will take
mayor or
over the
deputy mayor?
responsibility. So
One
yeah,
of your posts has you listed as deputy mayor.
Because at the time maybe I was.
maybe.
It was January 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was. Yeah, you see, there you go.
Thank you.
So anyway,
I feel so smart.
But yes, in the case of the winner not being able to fulfill their responsibilities, the first runner-up takes
Wow.
over.
So
Okay.
our deputy mayor is Brian Sackett right now here in Longwood. He's
Hi, Brian.
been serving for I believe 20 years, and he loves our city too. He's very
Good.
passionate about it too.
Very
Nice.
cool.
Good
Now we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about Jackson. We're gonna talk about what's coming up next, and we're gonna talk about this mask thing.
Can we talk about the picture on the wall?
Yes.
Which one?
Which one?
All of them.
That's me.
Cowboy hat.
Yep, that's her.
That's me.
Pretty sweet.
Melissa Fox. Uh-oh, Matt Morgan. It's getting hot in here. We'll be right back. I'm sorry. Wait, which you're the one who wanted to talk about
So,
the
folks
pitch
on
picture.
Facebook, if you can hear this, right?
So, yeah, you don't have to push it that far. They'll hear you.
Sorry.
No, you're
So,
okay.
folks in Facebook that are watching this,
Mm.
is that your go-to, Melissa? Like your transitional word is, it's getting hot in here, folks.
No, they just came out.
It's getting hot in here.
Just came
Great
out.
stuff will come out of her.
No,
for sure.
if you, yeah.
So, all right, I'm sorry. Tell me.
Don't apologize here.
Cowboy hat picture.
Okay, that was at a beer festival let's see, probably Universal Studios several years ago. Hold on, let's see if we can. I'll get something that we're talking about here.
Oh yeah, good idea. Sorry.
Cowboy hat. There's that one. And then the bottom one is at the Tupperware with Melissa Etheridge. And let's see, the top one is behind the Wall Street Plaza before they changed it all over with the history and all that. So it was like when they were tearing it down, we broke in and took pictures of the construction because that's how I do.
That's a professional, like model-looking photo.
Well, yeah, that's Joe Barbarossa. It is actually a
Yeah.
professionally taken photo. And just like now, I was hot as hell.
Yeah, I know it's hot in here, literally, but
Yeah, I've got
it's not your fault. It's welcome to Florida and being
Yes.
1,000
Yeah.
degrees right now.
I got the air. I mean, it's humping to keep up, and we got a strong system, but unfortunately, yeah. I mean, this guy's sucking up most of the air. Jesus. I don't even know what to
We
do.
even say
Terrible.
coronavirus from him.
You do realize that I'm going to get one of the... I'm just going to get dumped on my head.
You guys are...
Oh, did you read Debbie? Debbie said, "Oh my God, I have to say this. My granddaughter is laying beside me. She pointed at Matt Morgan and went, Tom Brady."
Yes!
Really?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Well, yeah, right? Speaking of that, you were going to tell us a story. Do you remember, or do you have ADHD like me?
Oh, I really do.
Okay, great. Well, we're done.
I was a Ritalin guinea pig for Yale University in 1983.
Really? I was a
Pretty good.
Ritalin guinea pig from the 70s.
For
Just
real,
be
for real,
careful
for
because
real,
it
for
messed
real.
with my heart.
No,
After a
I
while.
can't take it. But when
Yeah.
I was younger, I'm dead serious. That's how we found out I had ADD.
Mm.
I got kicked out of 4 grammar schools before first grade.
I got
Because
pushed to
nobody-
third grade from first grade. They're like, keep giving her a challenge.
Nobody knew what was wrong with it. I had behavioral problems.
Yeah.
Until finally my mom found this study it was doing.
You know what's weird? I could have been a wrestler too, because when I was like 6, in order to get people's attention, I guess, I would jump on people's backs. And if I'd only known, I could have channeled that into a...
That instant gratification that, I don't know how it is for you now. For me, it's that pat on the back. It's not being paid. I swear to God.
Yeah.
It sounds corny. I mean,
But if somebody gives you something really nice, do you know how to handle it? If like they give you a really nice gift, do you like can't do it, can you? You're
I
like,
hand it to my wife.
You're like, I'm going to
here.
Because I'll mess it up.
Yep, and I don't know how to. It's like not being able to show appreciation, but being very appreciative is like I have the problem. It's awkward.
That instant gratification though is tough. So everything you like, what you're doing right here,
Yeah,
you get that out of this.
I do. You're
Seriously.
right. Ready? We're back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you don't apologize. Hey everybody, we almost talked all the way through a damn break and over again, and we were just comparing notes here. Apparently, I, Melissa Fox, and Matt Morgan have ADHD, and we know Lizzie's undiagnosed because she just
I have
passed it
the
on
H
to her.
in there because I
You have
am
the
so
H?
wired.
Yeah. See, that's different. The girls usually don't have, and I do, the HD too, not just the ADD. Yeah. So Matt Morgan's with us. Yes, sir.
The story,
Mm-hmm.
I promised.
He remembered.
Do you want me to wait for the?
No, I want to hear. We're back.
So Matt Morgan, the attorney.
Ah,
All right.
you did remember.
All right. So when I was wrestling with TNA, I was about to be in my very first pay-per-view main event match. So that means like you're on the poster.
Ooh.
So that's a pretty cool achievement.
Marquee, man.
Right? It was like, I think, me versus Kurt Angle. So I was really excited. And the poster had come out, and I asked the company to mail it to me, because I wanted a bunch of them to send to my family back up in Connecticut. And so I had them shipped them out, and I wasn't getting them. I go on Twitter, and there's another Matt Morgan that at this time I never heard of.
Right.
And he's like, hey, I think these are yours. And he sent me a photo of him holding up my poster. And I was like,
Morgan.
So you opened it, dude? If you knew it wasn't from you. Yeah. And so long story short, it was pretty funny. So I met him at a restaurant, and then put two and two together. I'm like, oh, this is Morgan Attorneys. But I never knew that. I never knew there's another Matt Morgan around here.
Isn't that weird?
And he says for years, it'd be, to have somebody with the same name that like he'd do funny jokes and things like that because I have action figures out there or video games with me or things like that, right? So him having the same name, he would always like cut my head off and put his head on my body and do like silly things like
that's actually
people
pretty
would mess
funny.
with him.
Matt, that's coming back to haunt you.
I look like I ate Matt Morgan, the attorney.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yes.
what I was saying. It's like me, Lizzie, and Matt Morgan, the attorney, mashed together, still would not make one of you. So big. So, Lizzie, we were going to talk a little bit about some of the events that you do outside. He does outside of the mayoring.
Oh, it's crazy
There's
awesome.
so much of what. Quick sidebar, though, we actually asked Matt Morgan, the attorney, once to come in on another show to tell us about an event that you were doing. Lizzie did it. And you were like, what? Yeah, sure, but... And she asked you to come in and talk about an event that the other guy was doing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Catch that?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You're like, I have a magic game. Can we reschedule this? And I'm like,
Wait,
well,
what about your
what
event?
about this day? And you have an event, and it'll be after your event, and then you just stop texting
Like,
me, and
what
I'm like,
event?
and then when I talked to Melissa's like, I think that's the wrong Matt Morgan. I was like, son of a biscuit, I can't win on this.
So anyway, tell us about some of the events that you've noticed. I know you do a lot with autism now and Asperger's.
Yeah,
is that
because
right?
didn't you have a match and stuff, or did you have something for autism this last year?
Not for autism, for anti-concussion helmets.
The concussion
So at
helmets.
that park I was talking about, Ryder Park in Longwood,
Yeah,
we're very proud of that park. I got a call from the football coach from Lyman High School. He was trying to raise money to get his kids these flex helmets, they're called. The NFL has them. Most big-time colleges have them. And basically the helmets have a little give to them when they do head-to-head tackle collisions. And with what we know about concussions now,
Right, CTE, bad.
I've donated my brain to science. Honestly, when I pass away, they're going to take my brain. It's part of science. It will be part of science
There's a
for them
lot
to
of it.
study for concussions. That's how we know what we know
that's-
today. A place called Concussion Legacy Institute. They do work on that as well, and I work with them to do speeches and things like that to talk about the seriousness of concussions. With that said, so Coach told me that he wanted to get these helmets. I'm like, how much they cost? He's like, $350. We don't oversee our schools as a mayor or government. The county school board does that.
Right.
They control where the money goes and the finances go for each for the schools, not your local city government. I just want to point that out. So he let me know that. He's like, hey, maybe put on your social media for our GoFundMe that we're going to create. And they weren't really raising much money. So finally, I'm like, you know what? I think I have a good idea. I'm going to try to put on a wrestling event at Ryder Park. We will not charge admission. We'll ask for suggestive donations. I already had done this a year earlier. And for a different event, trying to raise money for a girls' softball batting cage at our other park, Candyland Park in Longwood. So it raised $11,000 for the girls' softball batting cage. This year we did the wrestling event to raise. We ended up raising over $20,000 in just like 2 hours.
Wow.
Of that wrestling event for anti-concussion helmets for the whole team. So it wasn't just varsity now. We got JV now and freshmen. So it was pretty cool because that's a big deal because there's a lot of parents out there that were not letting their kids play.
Right.
because rightfully so. You know, they see the studies. Like, why would I want my kid playing that?
Well, that's what we're running into with our grandbaby's
Right.
mama, is that we're a
Scared.
football family, and she's like, I don't,
Know what to do.
and I'm like, oh, and I'm just like,
Right.
football.
So those helmets are $350 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, expensive as heck. So now parents can't afford that.
No.
So that, I thought that was cool. We were able to raise money for that. So that's something we're doing this side. But the big thing I do on this side is I talk about opioids. I'm a 14-year recovered opioid addict. I'm very proud of overcoming that. And I pair up with Sheriff Dennis Lima here, Seminole County Sheriff, who's also up for election in 2020. You want to vote for him? Good man. And I go out and I take all the work that our opioid. First of all, he pointed me to the opioid council here of Seminole County. So going back, and I was an addict, to now being part of the solution is crazy to me. It's not lost on me. I'm very proud of that. And I go out and I've talked to our kids' schools, and then I also go out on a national platform. I've been a guest speaker for Turning Point USA, where I go out across the country to college campuses, Penn State, Indiana, places like that. That usually don't have an opportunity to hear from, our side of the aisle, if you will, on conservative point of view. But also I talk about opioids and my own addiction struggles, how I overcame it, and what we're doing today in Seminole County. Because Seminole County, we're legit leading the way here. We have something here in place called the OPOD and APOD initiative. It's one part of it's for men, one part of it's for women. And it's when you're in jail and you got arrested for, let's say, some type of opioid infraction, obviously not dealing it per se, but somebody who got caught with something or whatever have you. If you have a year or less of jail time, or you're appointed by a judge, they can send you to the OPOD or APOD, and now you serve your time while getting treatment in jail there.
Oh, see, there you go.
And it doesn't cost taxpayers anything. This was funded by Walmart has put money into this. And what was the other one? Oh, good Lord. Advent Health.
There we go.
Advent Health is the other big one. And so taxpayers are not paying for that. And so these people are getting legit help in there now. So when they come out, they're ready to contribute to society.
Right.
That's
So-
what you should be
so they're
legit
not
trying
gonna
to do.
Necessarily
Go use and come back and then rinse and repeat. You don't want that. There's a way to break the cycle. And other states are starting to copy this. It started here.
I like it. Very much so. Now I have a lot of friends that are also helping out with their small, mothers who've lost kids and such to opioid addiction. And
We have some of them on the council.
Yeah, good, because they know, and they are.
We need real life people who have real life experiences.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Speaking of which, real life experiences. You mentioned earlier about your son Jackson.
Yeah.
How do you find time to learn? And I know you got to keep educating yourself. You know ALS. Is that what you were telling us? You speak sign language with him?
Oh,
to a
Jackson?
degree? Or is it just pointing?
Basic sign language I can deal with him, yeah. Because I'm really still trying to pull some of the verbalness out of it.
Sure.
Still trying to get him to speak. And he tries. He does. Yeah, he's 6. He was diagnosed at a shade before turning 3 as being nonverbal autistic, moderate to severe on this ASD spectrum. So autism, there's no two cases alike.
Right.
They're all like snowflakes. That's really the legit truth. Oh, I know so-and-so, they're nonverbal, their kid's nonverbal autistic too. That's great,
different.
but they're not exactly the same. They may have some similarities, cool, but they're not all exactly the same is the point,
Right.
But so, yeah, I'm very blessed to have him. It's my greatest achievement to this day by far.
That's
you
what
go.
I want to hear. With Longwood Mayor and Seminole County Commissioner District 1 candidate Matt Morgan will be back for a final segment. Don't go away. This is Connection Show. Is there anything in particular you want to talk about or discuss that we have not touched on at this moment?
When we come back, that'll be it.
Yeah, that'll be the last
How much
segment.
do we have when we come back?
Another 10.
Yeah, so-
Hi guys, thanks everyone for joining us tonight on the Facebook feeds that we've got. What's that? There's 2 numbers down here. Can you see them? Can you see them? 6, and what's the other number? Can you see it? Can you see 6 or 5? There's 2 numbers down there.
11.
11. Not bad.
Oh,
Okay.
hang on, I got a question. How has Devin Graham? How has your faith got through your valleys you're faced in your life with addiction and overcoming?
That's one of my
Yeah.
kids from the other library. He's
Can
one
I
of my
answer
volunteers.
that?
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
Devin, that's a great question. When I put myself through Center for Drug-Free Living, I had nobody I could call. No visitors were allowed. All I had was the Bible in that room. Thank God, literally. That's what I had, at least.
So Bible.
So I was able to let Christ back in my life. He'd been knocking on my door for God knows how long as a young man. And I had started to tune church out, it feels like, for a little bit there through college years, right? And then for the first beginning of my wrestling career. But in 2007, I was able to get clean, sober, got my wrestling career back on track, became a bigger star, believe it or not, somehow after this. Got on American Gladiators.
Yeah, right.
Usually you don't hear that. Usually when people get sober, they don't go back to wrestling. It happens after they're done and they're retired, more times than not. So very blessed, but Christ played an enormous part for me in my recovery. Huge part. Still to this day.
Let's see. Chip is online. He says, I'm not even from Longwood, but thank you, Matt Morgan. You are a game changer, sir.
Thank you. And if you live in Seminole County, you can vote for me August 18th. Republican primary. You wonder why they gave me a stuttering character in WWE? There you go. That was my character. There was a character that I had to stutter. Speech impediment.
Yeah, speech impediment Joe.
I'm watching so much.
She thinks I'm joking.
No,
No,
I'm not.
I'm laughing because I've been watching all the old stuff. And
Here we go.
East Connections.
Welcome to Crazy World.
Connect.
Connect. Welcome back to Connection Show. That is the name of the show. With us, Tom Brady. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's Matt Morgan. But on the Facebook, people are like, God, he does look like Tom Brady. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it.
Tom Brady comes up to.
I know he's not very tall compared to you. 7?
it comes up to your belly button.
This man is huge. He is. I mean, not only an enormous personality and just a big guy all around, but huge. I mean, I hear so much when I talk about you. I was like, I'm going to have the Longwood mayor in today. Matt Morgan? Really? There's my neighbors came out. My neighbors were.
Yeah, that was so funny because I was watching you. I saw you pull up, and then I'm like, okay, and you were on in the truck, and you were on your phone. Then you got up, and I saw you walk to the back of your truck, and it looked like you were yelling. And I'm like, is he getting into a fight?
No.
Should I pull my camera out?
My old neighbors.
So then I'm standing there, and I still don't see you walk past the truck. And I'm like, okay. So then I walk outside, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do the polite thing, like, you guys can contact him another way. And
So you might have missed a second part of the story where residents were wanting to talk to me, so there was nobody fighting anybody.
Yes.
I just want to clarify that
No.
part of the story.
Well, a long time ago when we used to do the show at a different time, we had some POS neighbors across the way, and Liz used to have to go out there and go, I'm going to kick some, you know it, I'm going to. And then they would scatter. That. Oh, yeah, I know you know Lizzie from a while.
I believe that.
Okay, so let's, there's one thing I do want to talk about, and again, that was the elephant in the room before, and that's the mask issue. Oh, what, yes?
I was going to say, because I don't know how much time we have, if you don't mind.
All the time in the world, go.
For every, I just want to plug this one more time, August 18th. Most people think the general election is in November. They'd be correct. But what I'm up for right now for county commissioner for District 1, Seminole County Commissioner for District 1, is this upcoming August 18th Republican primary. So if you're a Republican, you get to show up and you get to vote. And I'm asking for your vote.
You're good.
For a litany.
She's going to vote for you.
Of different ways. I had no idea there was a dog even back there.
Mm-hmm.
Very well-behaved dog. Well, till
then.
She's protecting you. He's protecting you. He or she?
She. So when is the
August
voting?
18th, I apologize.
August 18th, yes.
So some people are going to be getting early ballots in the mail. A lot of people are going to be. I always encourage everybody, especially when it comes to local politics, you have no clue who half the
Do
people
some
are.
research, people.
Yeah, go on Google. But more importantly, I would then call the candidate and try to set up a meeting if you can. I know it's a lot, but these are the people that I would argue the local politicians are more important to you, what's happening in your backyard, at your dinner table, more times than not. It's really the truth. It's very important for our presidential election this upcoming 2020. I would argue more important than ever. All right. But with that, you want to be able to have a say in what happens in your own backyard, and you do. That's why you have to elect the right people. I'm that right people. I'm not saying it to sound holier than thou or arrogant, pat myself on the back. I'm saying it because I'll never lose sight of what my goal here is to do, is to get in and get out, hit the ground as hard as I can with as much impact as possible for everybody in our county, improve it based on your ideas and the things that you all want to see done finally. And then keep it moving. Groom someone to come in behind me with the same kind of passion and heart and soul that I literally wear on my sleeve when I do this. And keep it moving. It's not supposed to be a career. It's supposed to be a service. You're supposed to be a public servant. Again, my opponent been in office for 16 years, going on 20. That's obnoxious.
Yeah,
Our Facebook Live and friend Chris Fio, he does interviews, a lot of amazing interviews out of Orlando. You might want to hook up with him about doing that. He says, how hard was it to break into the field of entertainment wrestling?
Oh, great question. Yeah, that was a good question, actually. I met Vince McMahon, owner, CEO, and proprietor. Like that word, proprietor?
That's a big one.
Of World Wrestling Entertainment. Gosh, how long ago was this? Right after I graduated college, a friend of mine wrote for their magazine. And so he worked in the same Titan Towers headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, where WWE was located, their headquarters. And so he invited me to come work out there in their, they had like a corporate gym there. And Vince McMahon supposedly worked out every Friday night at 6 p.m. So I got a job, no joke, 2 blocks away. Stalking much, right? From WWE headquarters. And I showed up every Friday night with my friend Marco, who wrote for their magazine. And I'm telling you, for I think it was 6 months straight, no Vince McMahon. And then finally, I was like, all right, I'm about to give up on this. That last time I went, sure enough, I was walking into the men's restroom, and boom, he walked right into my chest, walking out.
Into your chest, yes, because the guy's
literally
7 foot tall, right?
Yep.
Did you push him back?
Well, I'm going to give it to you.
Sorry,
he goes right in my chest, looks up, he goes, and he opens his mouth. He's like, how tall are you, son? I'm like 7 feet. He's like, how much do you weigh? I'm like, at the time, I was like 382 pounds.
Wow.
And he's like, you ever think about wrestling? I was like,
nah, I'm out of
funny
here.
you should ask, sir, because I've been kind of stalking you for the last 7 months almost, but no, not
Glad
at all.
you noticed.
Not at all. I did try to play cool. I did try to play cool guy, McGee. I did.
Well, since we only have probably a couple of minutes left, what is there? Anything that you wanted to cover?
Yes, I apologize. Yes,
No
please.
worries.
If you want to learn more about me and what I'm trying to do for this county, which is give it back to you. Yes, you. No, move over. You.
That guy.
Sincerely, I mean that. Go to my Seminole County Facebook page. It's Matt Morgan for Seminole County Commission. If you want to see my body of work,
You stopped. If you just stopped after body.
I knew you said here in Longwood, though. Sincerely, I work my ass off. I really, truly do. Excuse my language, but I'm passionate about this. You could see what I've done here as an elected official with zero experience, and I've helped turn the city around. I'm Matt Morgan for Longwood Facebook page, Matt Morgan for Longwood, where I try to document as much as I can on the changes we've made to the city over the last 3 years.
Yes, buddy. I have a suggestion, and this is a suggestion that I always put out there, and I'm going to suggest this to you. You're going to be putting out, your signs, and vote for me, right, and those kind of things. Would you please put the date that you have to vote on your sign?
Yes.
I said that, and you know why they don't? Because they change them sometimes.
Well,
not very often.
Not
My argument to my campaign team was like, that doesn't happen. Really,
no,
though, does it?
It doesn't really. And the thing is, a lot of people
don't know. You're right.
Know.
Especially for a primary. That's a good call. That's a great advice. You know what we did, though, real quick? I know we got to go. Jeff Songson from Paint the Trail, probably one of my best friends in the world. He does all the Paint the Trail stuff that you see, all the art stuff. We are going to take this county over in the upcoming week. So beep when you see us. We're going to do some funny things. We're going to make this entertaining. It's not going to be boring guy with his stupid sign and pointing to it. It's going to be entertaining. I promise. You'll laugh. In the very least, you're going to laugh. I promise.
You were entertaining with the old folks when you tried to get it when you got them out for mayor. That was some fun campaigns I saw too.
That's what I mean.
And that was a couple years ago, so I can hardly wait.
Gotta have fun.
Let's see.
Well, and I also want to kind of throw this out because Melissa and Linda Nunez and I, we've been throwing different ideas around like this last year of doing autism events and stuff. So we need to talk to you on the down low about some of this and come together and collaborate something because we've literally...
Surfers for Autism is a great charity.
But I think I'd like to see Longwood or Seminole County to have something special You understand what I'm saying? So we'll talk about this later on, but it's literally something that we have been talking about for almost 2 years.
Yeah, you're now what we refer to as you're self-imposed. You're the friend of the show. Yeah, and you must come back at some point, and my neighbors will want you back as well. Let's see. Karen's checking in. She says, how refreshing to hear an elected official talk about providing a service for a community as opposed to an elected official getting the position as a lifetime career. Matt, come to Cafe Perks, ask for Debbie. And do you know Ricky
Do you like
Steamboat?
Cafe Perks?
I do know Ricky Steamboat. He was one of my agents when I became a WRS. Cafe Perks, of course. Everyone knows Cafe Perks.
I know. I eat Perks all the time. And
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's good stuff.
It's a
and
little
very,
restaurant right across the
I'll
street.
have to ask P Gun. She's the one who always gets me to come over
Very
here.
inexpensive, too,
Okay.
on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere else would cost double.
Okay.
Yep. No.
All
And they're hometown in there, and there are a lot
Yes.
A lot of MAGA going on there too. Thank
get
you
it in.
so much, right? Matt Morgan,
Thanks,
not to be a stranger. And again, August 18th, vote for him for Seminole County District 1 Commissioner. You're doing a great job as mayor. Don't quit.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thanks for having us. Hey, wait, what? What do you
Good night.
Thanks, guys. This is Melissa Fox saying we love you. Mean it. Don't forget to vote.
It's getting hot in here.
Laughing time is over.
There you have it, boys. Case closed.
You've been listening to Connections. Find tonight's show and replays